in our responsible fatherhood work and something that we in the Department of Labor, which will be administering these grants, are really looking forward to. Transitional Jobs is, many of you probably know this model, and I know that NFLG has a strong partnership with the Transitional Jobs Network and has done a lot of work on this. So if you haven't already seen some of that, definitely follow up and check that out after the call. But the Transitional Jobs is a model that has been, I think it's something else that really grew up community-based level around the country as a strategy for helping those with some of the most extreme barriers to stable employment make a successful transition into the workforce. These are people often who have tried and failed to hang on to a job. Maybe sometimes they're people who are ex-offenders who are dealing with that kind of transition back into society. There are sometimes people who struggle with any of a number of issues that keep them from being able to succeed in the workplace. And this is a model that the President talked about as a candidate and highlighted on the campaign trail, and one that we see as particularly promising for serving non-custodial parents. So we proposed, the President proposed last year in his budget that for the first time ever we have dedicated federal funding, a line item for transitional jobs. Congress were really pleased, provided that funding. We have $45 million that was appropriated to the Department of Labor for this coming year to support transitional jobs programs. Our particular goals, as I mentioned, are that we focus in these grants on serving low-income non-custodial parents and, of course, build on the existing body of research about transitional jobs, evaluate different approaches, and, of course, use these resources to leverage other resources throughout the country. Right now, transitional jobs programs have been sort of patched together on the state and local level, pulling different sorts of resources. So hopefully this is a new pot of money that will attract and leverage more of that. This is being done as an interagency initiative. The Department of Labor is consulting with HHS on the design and implementation of the evaluation of these programs, for example, and folks at HHS are somewhat familiar with these because it's been tried in the TANF setting as well, and also consulting with the Department of Justice on awarding the grants. Congress is interested in some of these resources going particularly to help ex-offenders, which I think makes a lot of sense. So there's right now a lot of internal discussion about exactly how to scope those out. We expect that in August of this year, that's a tentative timeline, but in August of this year there'll be a solicitation for grant applications coming out of the Department of Labor, and that they will be able to make awards by the winter so that these programs can get up and running. So again, a nice early win and hopefully what will be an ongoing effort